Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So, if I look tired, it's because I am. I just woke up, but I am just so freaking excited. Yesterday, I had a package delivered and I wasn't able to really get into it because I had other things on my calendar. So, today I'm unboxing my brand new XTool M2. It is a novice desktop laser printer and cutter. So basically, I don't know anything about lasers, like nothing whatsoever. There's a lot happening in my realm, so I'm sorry if this is kind of all over the place, but I'm starting a mail subscription club. And I don't know, I randomly saw like all of the ads for the M2 in the first week that it launched, and so I was like, I think this will make my life easier. And it was I wouldn't say affordable for a laser, but you know what I mean, like just dropping $700 and such is, not just a walk in the park necessarily, but it was an affordable enough price for me. And I don't know, I'm excited about all of the capabilities, especially since it prints also. I don't have like a printer for products in house anymore because when I first started this business, I had like a huge Canon Pixma Pro 1. It was huge. It was like probably 50 pounds or more. And it took up a lot of space. I wasn't using it to the fullest capabilities. And I don't know, I learned very early on that like production in-house is a lot of work, and I wanted to honestly just like outsource everything as best I could, and so, my company, we outsource like everything. Like I outsource like most things. But with this snail mail club, I'm finding that it is easier or like more affordable for me to do some things in house while the club is at a smaller level. So I launched it on Tuesday. Today is Sunday. We already have 12 people signed up. So I'm very excited about that. And like, I just started marketing it. I only put out one video, so I'm very excited about that. I actually didn't even think I would get 12 people so easily. So I want to make this first month really special, really, like it's the inaugural, so it has to be good. And so I saw that laser, and the timing of everything just kind of worked out. Like when I saw the laser versus when I decided to start the mail club just kind of coincided with each other. So that's what we're doing today. We're unboxing this laser, finding a space here in my home office for it because I don't want to put it outside in the back studio. It's going to be in the home office. So we're finding a place for that. And yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. My first impression of it, my thoughts, because I have never owned a laser before. I think like the most advanced the most advanced cutting tool I have ever had is a Cricut. And like I literally had like the first generation Cricut. Like, so that's to tell you how long ago I had a Cricut. And then like I didn't even use the Cricut. Anyway, we're using this tool. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go ahead and unbox it, and let's also make a place for it. So I just went ahead and cleared this space off. It's by a window for right now because apparently you have to open the window with this thing and exhaust, and like, I don't know what it's called. The fumes basically go outside. So this is the spot that we're gonna put it into. My husband's gonna do the honors. Jeffrey. Okay, so what exactly comes inside the laser? So first things first, you can see everything is really well packaged. So this is the cord that goes into the wall. This is the actual laser for cutting and engraving. There's also this tube. This is what will filter all of the air outside to the window so that your room doesn't get smoky. These are just like that was a cord to connect the laser to the machine, and then also the oil to get it started. And like I said, everything is really well packaged. I absolutely love that everything came so well packaged. There's also some sample papers and a sample piece of wood to get started on your very first project. Okay, so this is the actual laser portion of the machine. There are two magnetic prongs that help you get it attached to the body of the machine, and then there's a cord.
I don't actually know what I'm doing at the moment. They don't have instructions.
So funny enough, he was ostracizing me for not wanting to read the instructions. But there are no instructions, so joke's on him.
Joke is on me.
Yeah. You should be more like me.
No. Well, it has two little USB-C thingy bobs right here. So one right here, one right here. Here. Ooh, that's a problem. I don't have a spot for you on the... Oh, do I? I think I do. Let's see. Yeah, still good there.
So this is basically part of my computer. It's just extra ports. So he just plugged the laser in here. And then one more plug, it just has to get plugged into the wall.
Yeah.
No.
This has to come off.
I will take it off. That's my joy.
Okay. My job is done here for the moment.
Oh, it's really sticky. Ooh. I find that so pretty and futuristic. Okay, so now it's on. Okay, did not get any of that on film. Just had a total scare because I started it up. They were like, "Oh, do you want to do a sample project real quick?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I forgot about the whole exhaust situation and making sure that it doesn't get into your house. So I had to open up my window. I don't know if you can see, but there's like actual smoke like going outside. Listen, I told y'all I'm new to lasers, okay? That was an airheaded moment, I'm not gonna lie. But we're good now. Yeah, it was chaotic here for a second. But yeah, we started our first project. It's a coaster. It's on plywood, a flat surface. There's 3 minutes remaining on it. So I'm gonna just show you guys what it's looking like. I don't know if you can actually see the smoke coming off of the laser. Yeah, like it's literally burning the wood. And I mean, I guess I knew that, but like I also didn't really like, I wasn't paying attention, okay? I was not paying attention, and I did not realize that that's what was gonna happen at that moment. So yeah, we had a quick learning experience. Read up on lasers, don't be like me, and just, you know, start using it without getting fully prepared, okay? Okay, so the print had just arrived. I was not expecting it today. Today is Thursday. It was supposed to be here on Saturday. So let's go open it real quick. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done because I was not planning to do that today. So we'll see. But so far so good with the rest of the machine. Let's look. Okay, so this is the box. I already got it started because I can only do it one-handed. This is just like a sample piece of paper that you can print on. And then this is what it's looking like. This is the looks like moisturizing liquid. This seems to be the actual print cartridge. Let's get out. I'm not sure what this stuff is. Oh, I think this is the base for it. And that's the other piece of the base. That stops the ink flow, basically. Some sort of clip. I have to look at the directions. I'm not sure. And then this is the housing mechanism for the actual ink cartridge. So the interesting thing about all of this is there are actually no directions. I have no choice but to scan that QR code on the box, on the outside of the box. So not until I get this going will I understand what all of these pieces are for. I'm assuming that the ink cartridge goes in here, and then this goes on top. Oh yeah, see, it is a magnet, so I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, there. It's a magnet, so that snaps into place. But I do know that one of these things you do have to nail it down yourself. Okay, and then this is the print cartridge with all of the ink actually in it. I have had my XTool M2 for a few weeks now, and I wanted to give you guys kind of like a little bit of a final thoughts on it. So the biggest thing I will say is that I did not do enough research. I know. It definitely was an impulse buy, as I said earlier in the video, and I probably should have done a little bit more research. So if you're brand new to lasers just like myself, I think that researching the type of laser that you're getting is very important. Definitely go into it very fully and well educated. Don't be like myself, but I digress. First things first, the M2 is a diode laser or diode laser. And so basically what I was able to gather from my research online was that it is very much so like a color beam, what is it called? Concentrated into one area and cutting the piece of whatever you're cutting. So unfortunately, this laser is not great for certain things. It's not great for white, like anything that's the color white. It's not great for metals. Or like anything like super shiny, so like metallics, like the metal or the reflective acrylics. So that puts a little bit of a damper on things. I have not tried it on on acrylics. So that is something to know. I've only tried it on paper, wood, and like this kind of like corkboard type material. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I specifically bought this laser to help with my snail mail club, the Happy Club, and I'm still testing it out. So I have a very mixed review when it comes to what I think about the laser. Let's start with what I think is great about the laser. I think the price is great. I think the ease of setting it up is great. I think the ease of getting started and jumping right in is great. I think that the library of projects is really cool. And I think that, you know, it's something that like I did a lot of printing on it and the ink cartridge did not really go down very far. One portion of the ink cartridge went down really far, which was the yellow. But other than that, like, you know, the ink cartridges are pretty much all still full. They're all at 90% or more. And the yellow, I think, was like at 88% or 86%. So I think it does really well on ink. It should for $100 per cartridge, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, those are the pros. So let's get to the negatives. The cons is there is a huge learning curve, like so much of a curve that I have not even fully really dove into it because I'm just so busy. I don't really have time to just sit there and play with it. I fully understand that some people do have that time. So it's just something to keep in mind if you're going to purchase it. The other thing that I didn't really like was that I didn't realize that there were specific colors and specific materials that I could and couldn't cut out. So that is somewhat limiting if you thought that you had access to the world and then they're like, no, you only have access to the United States. You know, it's a little disheartening, but I think that I can work around it and figure it out. I struggled so badly to cut out something that was just regular cardstock I'll put the GSM and weight right here because I don't have it readily accessible. But it's just like, it's a regular cardstock, nothing too heavy. Like I could understand if it was like maybe like a 300-pound paper, but it's not. It's just a regular cardstock that you could even feed through an inkjet printer. I had such a hard time cutting that, and through my research, I realized it's because the color of the paper was obviously white, and this type of laser does struggle with white. I had to do several passes with it, and honestly, like I didn't like the back of it. Let me see if I have one right here actually. It doesn't even look that bad, honestly, but I don't know if you can tell, but the back of the paper is extremely burned. Because of that, I had to do a workaround because honestly, I didn't want it going out looking crazy. And I was like, you know, if people don't have that background information as far as how a laser works, like I knew that there might be some charring, some burned around the edges, but some of them were really bad. And so because of that, I had to basically cut out a secondary piece and glue it onto a backer essentially. So instead of this, my customers got something, well, they got this exact thing. So when I cut out the shape in the teal paper, it was so easy. Literally, like the cutting of this was just so super easy. And I realize now it's because of the color of the paper. So that's just something to keep in mind. Like when you're doing projects and stuff like that, just know that white is going to be very difficult to cut with. Like if you're buying it for like sticker making and things like that, I don't know how they do it so easy because I watched XTool's videos and they're cutting out stickers like so easy, you know. I don't know if it's their material, like if they're using their sticker paper or what, but I had a very hard time with the white. The wooden items and cork items, they all came out beautifully, very crisp, very clean lines, you know, and like even like pulling out the design was very easy to do. So final thoughts. I think this is a great tool if you have a background in lasers. This is supposed to be a novice tool, something for beginners. And I would definitely say there are aspects of it that are very beginner friendly, but there are also aspects of it that like are not beginner friendly. If you have no idea how to make a laser cutout, like the nuances behind that, and I mean like negative and positive space, if that makes sense. That's the best way I can explain it. Like knowing what pieces are going to get cut out versus what pieces are not going to get cut out, you're going to have a hard time. So I'm using it for very basic projects. And I mean, I got to get my money's worth, so we're going to figure it out. But, you know, it's not something that is super easy like I thought it was going to be. That's for sure. So I'm excited to learn more about it. I'm excited to get some projects going for the Happy Club, which is my mail subscription club. But other than that, you know, it's going to take some time. So we are going to be working on that. If you found this video helpful, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I have a new goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.